Hey everyone, I'm Hamid.
And I'm Marouj. The time has come. Welcome to our final Laurier Live COVID-19 show.
It has been a roller coaster ride, but we are really glad to have done this show with your help. It was a unique learning opportunity to work as a team remotely while using our critical thinking skills to overcome the challenges we faced. Thank you to those that kept tuning in to watch our shows. Now, let's get into the last bits of news this year.
We hope that everyone was able to pick up their belongings and yearbooks this week. If you missed a chance to do so, don't worry. Your teachers will bag up your belongings and keep them safe until the beginning of the new school year.
If you're graduating this year, why not take a moment to stop by at the front of the school and take a photo with the celebratory sign that the board set up for us? Guess what? I already had mine taken.
Unfortunately, for us grade 12s, this will be our last time on our show. An eventful 4 years flew by, and it's time for us to move on. We will miss this school dearly and all the teachers we had along the way. So in tribute of that, we would like to thank a few people for helping us during our time at Sir Will. Oh, no, forget that intro.
I don't even know where to start.
A lot has happened within these short 4 years. World leaders were impeached, we got the first image of a black hole, shootings occurred, saw the rise and fall of Bitcoin, buses crashed, and a Canadian team won the NBA championships. The most recent event being, of course, the rise of COVID-19 and the closure of school.
I consider that this year has definitely been crazy, but at the same time, so much fun.
I think I got lucky, attending such a fun school that's a mere 5-minute walk away. I never had a teacher I disliked, and I got co-op placements that I enjoyed.
I've involved myself at Sir Will with amazing classes and met a lot of new people and had a lot of great experiences.
I had many happy memories such as the Schism camp, where everyone from Schism at Sir Will and Gloucester stayed at Max Skimmings. We played around with long exposure dog food and created short films.
These 4 years at Sir Will went by so fast.
I have a few teachers I'd really like to thank.
To all the teachers that I've had these past 4 years for helping me get to where I am today.
I'm going to start with Mr. Budgel.
Mr. Budgel for his leadership in his Specialist High Skills Major program. The program wouldn't be so awesome without him.
I guess what sort of helped me get along with him in the first place was the fact that he taught my brother. I think he kind of found it easier for him to kind of joke around with me, tease me, because I was kind of part of a family that he taught. My brother's reputation with him definitely preceded me, and he definitely grew warm to me very quickly after realizing that he taught my brother. And Mr. Bill was just a very easygoing teacher. You can easily just call him, you can during class, even while you're working, if he comes by, you can crack a joke with him or something, ask him how his day went, and immediately from there you could just start a straight on conversation while still working, and he literally will not get mad at you. And he did tease me a lot, definitely, but it was all in fun and just playing around, and I understood that as well. We both had that mutual understanding, and he's forever gonna be a great teacher, and I just really hope that his future students recognize that, of how great and wonderful of a teacher he is, and how lighthearted he is, and how you can easily just have a conversation with him and he'll listen. And he's just a great teacher overall.
The teacher I'm gonna be thinking right now is one Miss Sonia Shrum. And you see how much people love the show, or however you define the success. It feels like it was a group effort, and you were part of that group, and you had your own role within that group, and that you did that, and you feel like it's different, It's just, that's its own thing, and I have my own pride for it, and that's gonna stay there, and it's not just gonna blur with the rest. It's its own thing, and I owe that opportunity to have that kind of pride in something because of Shrum. Every teacher always says, they care about their students, but Shrum, she'll go the extra mile, whatever that may be. Even in quarantine, she's still checking up on people just just wondering if they're okay, and if and like she's giving them advice and stuff, and it's kind of funny to see. But I don't know, it's kind of nice to know that someone at school is like that.
The next teacher is Miss Chung. Now, I didn't have Miss Chung for very long, but in the year that I had her, I was a bit scared at first because I heard a lot, and I was a bit nervous at first because I was like, oh crap, is she gonna be like that with our class? But going into her class, it was so different from what everybody had said. She was an absolute sweetheart, and so sweet. Called us cupcakes or something like that. She called us a very sweet nickname, and she would just walk in with this huge smile on her face. One specific moment I remember is we were watching a documentary, and she knew that me and my friend in my class really liked the soundtrack of it. Because she knew we loved it so much, one day she left it on a bit longer, the intro music. It was really sweet of her to do that. And she even addressed the class saying, because these two loved the song so much, I'm gonna leave it on for a little bit longer to like let them take in the song and enjoy it. And just knowing that she took that into account, knowing that she knew and she was paying attention and knew how much we enjoyed it, really shows how much she kind of pays attention to her students and she understands their needs. And in the end, she just kind of wants her students to be happy.
Other teachers I would like to thank are Mr. Kelly for his easygoing attitude and comedic vibe, always making his classes eventful and worth looking forward to.
Miss White. She made math class kind of fun. She would sometimes be a bit sassy with some of her students, but in a very respectful way, just very playful. And it would be funny how she kind of like shut down students who were misbehaving. I remember at one point when I was one of the first people who almost finished like a whole set of just this whole tournament of questions, and one of my classmates looked at me and he was like, how are you already done? And Miss White looked him straight in the eye and said, maybe because she's talking less and actually doing her work more. And I just so badly wanted to give Miss White a high five for that, and he just completely just quieted after that. That was something that I'm never gonna forget. Especially her handing out candy and being a teacher that you wouldn't mess with because she would just mess with you right back. And so yeah, I want to thank her for making math class a bit more fun than I normally would have found it, because in general I just don't like math.
And Miss Zabian for always going above and beyond for students' academic success. I hope you take a long and relaxing vacation sometime soon, Miss Zabian. You really deserve it.
And I would also like to say a huge thank you to this one teacher that you guys might know.
This is what I've been saving the best for. I think everybody knows what I'm talking about, or most people in this class know what I'm talking about.
And that is
the man, the myth, the legend, the god of broadcasting, Mr. Molnar himself.
4 years is a long time to spend with a teacher. It all began in grade 9 with C3, or the Creative Commons Club, where we occasionally hijacked the morning announcements.
Mr. Molnar made my time at Creative Communications Club, also known as C-Cubed, amazing back in grade 9 and 10.
And then TGJ2O and TGV3O in grade 10, TGV4O in grade 11, and graphics in grade 12.
He also made my time here at Laurier Live amazing. I really enjoyed every moment being part of Laurier Live, and I'll never forget my time here.
He's the one that taught us everything we know, and he's a great teacher.
I didn't know what I wanted to do whatsoever before I joined broadcasting, so I guess I don't know what sort of trajectory I'm on right now, but I can basically say it's all just because of Mr. Molnar.
If it weren't for him, I probably would have never joined broadcasting for the final year. He was somehow able to just convince me to just keep on trying, because I thought I had wanted to do a career with what had to do with broadcasting, and so that's initially why I took it. And although I wasn't as passionate about that afterwards, I realized it wasn't my passion, I still stayed because I realized just how fun and amazing that class was with him, with Mr. Molnar.
Honestly, I haven't made a whole lot of big decisions in my life, but I'd say that's probably like the best one.
He didn't treat us like we were less his students that he looked as if he had to really teach, but more of us just friends of his.
I've always phrased it as he feels less like a teacher and more like a boss, like, because there's like, much like theater, there's like a job that we're all trying to do together, and that lends him like it's less like it's someone telling me to what to do, and more someone who's guiding me through something that I want to do. If I were to distill it into a sentence, Mr. Molnar is probably the teacher that I've made the most cracks at. Like, he feels like a friend, but he's also the teacher who I have probably the most respect for, even through all the bald jokes.
We did make a lot of bald jokes.
Like, oh man, we're getting a little too sentimental here. I still kind of like look up to him.
You could make such casual jokes with him, and we even like sometimes went to our lunchtime with him, and we would just talk to him, make jokes with him, and he reminded us of how you can still be very playful as an adult, very playful and very fun and outgoing as an adult. And he made broadcasting that much more fun because he would roast so many students, and we would just completely just geek out in the broadcasting room, especially in the control room when we were doing like run-throughs and everything. And we would just tease him, make fun of him in the most innocent way possible. And he's gonna be definitely someone who made my broadcasting year memorable, even if it was just for 1 year. He immediately made me feel welcome with the group, who had been there for years. And I'm just gonna be very grateful for that, and I hope that future broadcasting students treat him well and treat him respectfully and really realize how great of a teacher he is. So yeah, we really appreciate having you, Mr. Molnar. We love you, and we hope that this next year, without us, you'll be able to tolerate without us, even though I know you're real students and everything. In all seriousness, though, we hope that the future grade 12s realize how great you are, just how great you can be, and we'll really miss you. All of us seniors graduating, we'll really miss you, Mr. Molnar. You made ours, and especially mine, like our broadcasting years, very memorable.
And I'm so happy. So, Mr. Molnar, I'm gonna miss you so much.
I'm never gonna forget my 4 years here at Sir Will. I'm definitely one day gonna come back and visit in the future.
And we hope you have a great summer, Mr. Molnar.
Hey guys, it's me, Jane. Thank you for watching our last show. And now let's hear some thank yous for our graduating students. I'll start. So, I've had a lot of help during my time here at Sir Will, especially this year with the broadcasting class. So big shout outs to Rouge, Alex, Shion, Sebastian, Hamid, and Zoe. When learning the ropes, you guys are the ones who offered to help and fix our disasters. You guys are the ones who would crack jokes and put a lot of effort into making the show really entertaining for everyone. You guys have inspired me to join this fun, weird, amazing class, and you guys will be missed both on and off camera. Thank you. An anonymous grade 9 would like to thank all the members of the Lincoln leadership classes for giving them an amazing year to start their time at Sir Will. It helped them make new friends, try new sports, new clubs, and really get motivated to participate in school activities. Mr. Molnar in the broadcasting class would like to thank Sebastian Fogalia, sorry if I butchered the name, for joining our class this year as an exchange student. We've had a great time with you, we're so glad you came, and we hope you remember us. Well, thank you for coming. Another anonymous student would like to thank the athletic leadership class for helping out with the school tournaments that are hosted, and the snack bars, the waters, all that stuff. It really helps them. Thank you to all the grade 12 club members who are encouraging other members of the school to join in these rich cultures that we have at our school. There are quite a few thank yous for all the student council members for posting such great events at the school, including the Spirit Days during the pandemic, because it helped a lot of students have a little happiness during their isolation. So big thanks to them. There's a lot of thanks from both staff and students to all the grade 12 sports members for an amazing job in putting all your effort into enjoying and the sports and coming out and having fun. Thank you to all the senior band members who will be leaving this year. It's been a blast listening to you whenever we go in the halls. And thanks to all the yearbook members. They did an amazing job on the yearbook this year. It looks amazing. Well, grade 12s, thank you for the amazing year this year. You've contributed a lot, and we hope you have an amazing graduation. Good luck after high school.
Well, that wraps up today's show.
This has been the Laurier Live COVID-19 show.
Be sure to tune in during September to see our grade 11s take on the senior role and resume our live daily broadcasts.
Have a great summer, Lancers.
See ya!
I'm not saying that... What are you doing? I'm trying to make something for broadcasting. Dumbo, come on.
Man, this quarantine is really getting me down, Caveman George. I just feel like I don't have the same amount of motivation to do stuff that I used to, you know? Like, even if it's something that I know I'll like, I still just feel like I don't want to do it. You too, huh? Man. Hey, I know something that'll cheer you up. I got this big soda bottle, and every day I give it a big old shaking, and at the end of this whole quarantine thing, we'll have this giant party. We'll give the soda bottle to Alex, he'll open it, and it'll explode in his big, dumb face. How does that sound, Caveman George? Yeah, you too, man. Stay fresh. Alright, see you, man. A Donkey Kong stuffy, a Kleenex box, the complete third season of Big Bang Theory. Bazinga. Looks like you didn't notice me. Okay, what else can I use?